Okay, so you want to buy a hotel chain, find some buildings, hire the staff, watch the rooms fill up. But here's the strange part. The largest hotel company on earth owns almost none of its hotels. Marriott controls 9,000 properties across 141 countries. The number it actually owns outright is close to zero. So what exactly does Marriott sell? Why does the company whose name is on the door make more money than the person who owns the building? And why does one of the oldest, most stable industries on earth bankrupt its operators at a rate that would embarrass a tech startup? By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how that's possible. Hotel chains come in three sizes, and they are three completely different businesses. Tier 1, a single flagged property, $2 million to $15 million depending on location, 30 to 80 rooms, a front desk, a parking lot. This is not a hotel chain. This is a job that costs $10 million to apply for. Nobody who wants to own a hotel chain starts here. Tier 2, a regional portfolio, 15 to 40 properties under one mid-market flag. Think Comfort Inn or Holiday Inn Express scaled across one state. Acquisition cost runs $150 million to $400 million. The hidden cost nobody warns you about. The mandatory renovation cycle. Every 7 years, the franchisor forces a full property improvement plan across every location. New bathrooms, new technology, new everything. Average cost per property, $1.2 million. Across 30 locations, that is a $36 million bill that arrives whether your rooms are full or empty. Tier 3, where the price tag stops making sense. Blackstone Group acquired Hilton Hotels in 2007 for $26 billion, the largest hotel deal in history at that point. Marriott International today sits at a market cap of roughly $60 billion. Intercontinental Hotels Group trades at $14 billion. These are not hotel companies in any traditional sense. They are brand licensing machines that happen to have the word hotel in their name. Now we get to the question that actually matters. Where does the money come from? The obvious answer is room bookings. Guests pay. Hotels collect. That is not how this industry works at the scale that matters. The real answer is fees, collected from the people who actually own the buildings. Here's the easiest way to picture it. Imagine McDonald's owns no restaurants, no fryers, no buildings, nothing. They just own the name and the system. Every owner pays them a percentage of every dollar that walks through the door, regardless of whether the owner makes a profit that month. That is Marriott's business model. Exactly. A hotel owner builds or buys a property. They license the Marriott name, the reservation system, the loyalty program. In exchange, they pay Marriott a franchise fee of 5 to 6% of gross room revenue every single month, plus a marketing contribution of 1 to 3.5% on top. On a hotel doing $10 million in annual room revenue, Marriott collects roughly $900,000 per year for a name and a booking platform. Multiply that across 9,000 properties and you understand why Marriott generated $6.2 billion in fee revenue in 2024, while carrying almost zero property debt on its balance sheet. The hotel owner takes the mortgage, takes the maintenance, takes the liability. Marriott takes the fee. That is why every major hotel company spent the last 30 years selling off its own buildings to third-party investors, then immediately signing management contracts to keep running them. They traded physical assets for fee streams. Fee streams don't need new roofs, but the fee structure is just the surface. The real architecture is underneath it. Mechanism 1, the loyalty trap. Marriott Bonvoy has 228 million members. Hilton Honors has 180 million. These programs exist for one reason: to make it financially painful to book anywhere else. A traveler with 60,000 Bonvoy points does not comparison shop. They book Marriott because the alternative means abandoning real accumulated value. The darker part: those loyalty points are sold to banks before a guest ever uses them. In 2024, Marriott generated over $1.7 billion selling points to American Express alone. Amex pays Marriott every time a cardholder buys groceries. Marriott gets paid when you are not even near a hotel. Mechanism 2, the distribution stranglehold. Online travel agencies, Booking.com, Expedia, charge hotel owners 15 to 25% commission per booking. For an independent owner, that is existential. For a Marriott franchisee, it is manageable, because Marriott's direct booking platform captures 35% of all reservations with zero OTA commission. The franchise fee buys access to that engine. Without it, Booking.com takes a quarter of your revenue before you pay a single salary. Mechanism 3, the brand tier matrix. Marriott operates 30 brands. Ritz-Carlton at $800 a night. Fairfield Inn at $90. Every price point, every traveler demographic, every market type. The industry calls this segmentation architecture. What it actually does ensures no matter what a traveler can afford, there's a Marriott flag for that budget. The guest never leaves the ecosystem. The fee never stops. So, with guaranteed fee income, engineered loyalty, and zero property risk, why do hotel operators keep losing everything? One word: cycles. Hotels are uniquely exposed to things they cannot control. Business travel collapses in a recession. A pandemic grounds every flight on Earth. A war closes an entire region overnight. And here is the structural trap. A hotel cannot cut its costs fast enough when revenue drops. The mortgage does not pause. The union contracts do not pause. Property taxes do not pause. The brand's renovation schedule does not pause. A hotel at 30% occupancy burns cash at nearly the same rate as a hotel at 90% occupancy. Marriott's fee drops proportionally in a downturn and recovers quickly. The building owner's fixed debt stays identical and recovers slowly. The asset-light model was not designed to protect hotel owners. It was designed to protect Marriott from hotel owners. And it produces two failure patterns, over and over again. In 2007, Blackstone acquired Hilton for $26 billion. $20.5 billion of that was borrowed. By 2009, hotel revenue per available room dropped 20% industry-wide. The debt service did not drop at all. Blackstone pumped in an emergency $800 million just to keep Hilton operational. The building was fine, the brand was fine. The debt structure, timed perfectly into the worst travel collapse in decades, nearly killed everything. Blackstone survived and eventually made $14 billion profit when Hilton went public in 2013. But that recovery took 7 years of operating on the edge. The brutal lesson: the debt structure you choose in year 1 will either save you or destroy you in year 4 when something unpredictable happens. Mistake 2: wrong brand for the wrong market. In 2014, Starwood Hotels expanded its W brand aggressively into secondary American markets. The W brand, nightclubs in the lobby, $22 cocktails, attitude over comfort, was built for dense urban professionals. They opened W hotels in Hoboken, New Jersey, Fort Lauderdale, Scottsdale. The customers those cities produced were families, convention groups, and retirees who wanted breakfast included and parking that didn't cost $45. The W Hoboken closed in 2019. Multiple W properties were rebranded or sold. Starwood itself was acquired by Marriott in 2016 for $13.6 billion. its negotiating position weakened by years of brand overexpansion into markets that never wanted it. The brutal lesson: a brand built on attitude only works where enough people share that attitude. Open a lifestyle hotel in a family market, and the math does not care how good your DJ is. And if you are buying a hotel chain right now, look at what happened in the Gulf in early 2026. Following the U.S.-Israeli strikes on Iran in February 2026, regional travel collapsed within 72 hours. Dubai occupancy dropped from 82% to 51% in a single week. Forward bookings across the Gulf fell from a 42-day window to 11 days. For a hotel owner in that region, revenue dropped 35% with no warning. Fixed costs stayed identical. And most travel insurance policies contain a war exclusion clause that voids coverage the moment an event is classified as armed conflict. If your properties are in Europe or Southeast Asia right now, you may have won. Gulf travelers are rerouting. London, Istanbul, and Bangkok are seeing unexpected demand in early 2026. If your properties are in the Gulf, you are running the same building at half the revenue with the same mortgage. Geography in hotels is not just a business decision. It is a 30-year risk position made once. Time to pull it all together. 2 scenarios. Real numbers. Scenario 1, clean execution. $18 million acquisition, 120-room Courtyard by Marriott, mid-sized American city, annual gross room revenue at 72% occupancy, $4.4 million. Marriott fees, $374,000. Mortgage, payroll, utilities, maintenance, $2.9 million. Net operating income, $1.1 million per year. Payback 16 years. Not glamorous, but the asset appreciates. Sell at year 10 into a strong market, and the property may be worth $26 million. An $8 million capital gain on top of a decade of income. Scenario 2. The brand builder. You skip the franchisor. Save the 8.5% fee. Build your own boutique brand across 8 properties. Year 1 looks promising. Then a regional slowdown drops occupancy to 54%. Without Marriott's booking engine, you are now paying Booking.com 22% commission on the majority of your rooms. Net operating income turns negative $640,000. By year 3, 2 properties are sold at a loss to cover the remaining debt. The difference between a good year and a bad year, $1.7 million. The hotel industry is the only business where the most successful operators spent 40 years engineering themselves out of the actual product. Marriott doesn't want hotels. It wants the fee hotels generate. And fees don't need housekeeping. So if you do decide to buy a hotel chain, remember the most important rule of this business. The money is never in the mattress. It is in the name on the door, the points in the app, and the fee that arrives on the first of every month, whether the rooms are full or empty. Just make sure you are the one collecting the fee, not the one paying it.